Part 2 of my ultralight deer hoist. Here's the whole kit. First step is going to be to find a suitable limb to hang your deer. My deer usually die on the side of a mountain, so I like to be able to hang the deer, completely bone it out, and get out right there without having to drag. So this kit works for me. I wanted something lightweight and packable. My anchor is going to be the extra large version of a loop alien from Ripstop by the Roll. I have this one spliced. Don't need to splice it. You could girth hitch it. You could tie on like maybe your bow pull-up rope if you don't want to carry Dynaglide. I usually have this with me anyway if I'm single rope technique. I'll also have a throw bag, but if you didn't have a throw bag, you can actually use this bag. I've got a cordless spring lock, or a springless cord lock, and I'll just make a toggle there. At that point, I'm just going to take that off. I'm going to establish my anchor as high in the tree as I can reach. Zoom in on this. So, I'm going to push a bite through the big hole and capture it with the smallest ear of the loop alien. Now this isn't as high as I can reach, but it'll probably be better to film this way. So the next step, and this isn't going anywhere, the next step is going to be up near my anchor. I'm going to start to make a trucker's hitch. Now I've got a loop that's going to be basically my highest point of my working height. Come back into the bag and get one of my double pulleys. So this happens to be a Harken Micro Air double pulley. Girth hitch the whole pulley. Top part's ready. Come back into my bag. Come down to my lower side now. And here at this point, I did 4 deer this year. One of them I ran this just through the tendons behind the knees, so slid them like you would hang them on a gambrel, and then used that. But I did have a little bit of trouble with the hams being kind of pressed together, kind of skinning around the inside part of the ham. So a better solution would be to cut just a 2-foot stick, just a decently strong stick, run that through the legs, and then I'll use this target to simulate the bottom part of the pulley. This girth hitch, the stick, the legs, whatever you're going to use to hoist the deer. And now I'll take my standing end of my Dynaglide and start making my 4-to-1. Go through one of the wheels of the pulley. And I've got 35 feet of Dynaglide. I'm going to end up shortening this for next season. I think 20 to 25 will be plenty. I've got access to plenty of low limbs usually where I hunt. So there's one. Come up to the corresponding pulley on the top. So there's the first one on the top. Now back down to the bottom. Push the entire line through the second wheel of the lower pulley. And back to the top. So you can start raising the deer at this point. It helps to have a stick. I don't know if I've got one here. I can just find a stick. So just to kind of make a handle, just a couple of wraps. And then start raising. Do it again, raise it. I like to get these pulleys as close to each other as possible. And I can stand here with this stick and hold this. Obviously this is probably like a 30 pound target, but even with a deer, it's fine. A lot of people are going to choose at this point, if you make a system like this, just to walk the standing end of the rope to another tree, wrap it around that tree a couple times, maybe do a timber hitch. The way I do it, I don't know if it's any better or not, but by keeping the true 4-to-1, keeping all these parallel, I don't like to walk it, and that way that becomes just a redirect, and so it's not a 4-to-1. So what I do at this point is I take a little titanium toggle, and I'll give you a close-up of this here. This is just a bare toggle from I think it's from Lawson Equipment. This is used by like ultralight through hikers to hang their food bag using the PCT method. So that's kind of adapted from this. So going back here, raise it up to the height you want. And then what I'm going to do with this bare toggle is make a clove hitch. So the way I tie a clove hitch when it's under pressure like this is one loop under, then spin the toggle to the opposite side. And while it's spun to the opposite side, you can go ahead and run it all the way up as high as you can get, pinch, and then make the other loop of your clove hitch. You can see it's just probably a different way than you used to see a tying a clove hitch, but it works well under pressure. Now I can let this all go. That toggle is now taken all the weight off. I'm ready to clean my deer. I don't have any line in my way. I can take all this excess line and just kind of tuck it up here. I can tuck it through the loop alien, but and then I'd be able to work on my deer at whatever height I wanted. Easy to take down, and I'll go ahead and demonstrate that pretty quickly here. I've got a little pull handle on my toggle. Just slide it out, let the whole thing down, and just start packing up. At this point, I would just pack everything up, take all my rope out. A little bit of a tangle there. That happens sometimes. Even with throw line like this, you can get a tangle occasionally, but it's not too bad about doing that. So at this point, your bottom pulley is going to be connected to either your deer's legs or the stick you've used or whatever you want to use. So that would be one point where I'd be worried about leaving this bottom pulley if you're not paying attention. So if you're going to do this, try to grab this one first. Otherwise, it's going to end up staying with the carcass of your deer. So go ahead and put that one back. This was just a girth hitch. Even though it was under pressure, it's still going to be easy to release. Put this one back. Your loop was part of a trucker's hitch, so that's an exploding knot. You can just pull. That's gone. Undo your loop alien, and you can just come right back over the branch. And that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.